But Mark, this is the fun part of the podcast. We just went through the entire league, AFC, NFC. If you're on YouTube, go and check those out before you get to this one. You got to be kind of like what me and Johnny saw a movie this weekend, Logan Lucky. Good movie. You should go see it. It's kind of like Daniel Craig said in the movie. No peeking. No peeking. That's what you're doing right now. We're doing our playoff predictions. Go see what we thought about, then come back and watch this. Mark, I'm going to let you go first. This is where we put the nice fancy graphic up for the YouTube folks. Run us through your playoffs. What do you see? What do you see?
First, I'm going to run through my seeding really quickly.
Okay.
The number 1 seed is the New England Patriots. Number 2, the Oakland Raiders. Number 3, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 4, the Tennessee Titans. Number 5, the Kansas City Chiefs. And then number 6, that 8-8 team that I talked about, the Baltimore Ravens, coming in at 8-8. Texans and Colts also 8-8, but they didn't quite make it. For a while, I kind of did have the Texans coming into it, but they just have not impressed me in the offseason, in the preseason. So that's the AFC. Let me run over to the NFC just to mention that.
Okay.
Falcons at number 1. The number 2, Dallas Cowboys. 3 is the Green Bay Packers. 4 is the Seattle Seahawks. 5 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And 6 is the Philadelphia Eagles coming in over the New York Football Giants. So to talk about the wild card, we want to talk about the wild card for a little bit. My teams, I just gave you the seedings, but the way it matches up, the Ravens at number 6 are going to play the Steelers at number 3. The Tennessee Titans at number 4 are going to host the Kansas City Chiefs, number 5. So for me, pretty simple on the AFC side. Pittsburgh's just a better team than the Baltimore Ravens are. I don't think that it's a surprise that this team is going to be able to host that one and win it. Big Ben also has a little bit of momentum because he's probably done after this year, so that's certainly going to help him. This Kansas City Tennessee Titans team, our game, kind of go back and forth on a little bit on who I think is the better team. I think that Andy Reid has such a well-coached team, but this Tennessee Titans offense is explosive and is going to be able to basically score on Kansas City, and Kansas City's not going to be able to score back. This team is not designed to go into shootouts. That's not what they do. They want to keep it nice and close. So I got the Steelers and I got the Titans winning, both home teams.
Okay.
Then moving, of course, to the NFC side. I'm assuming you want me to do the wild card all the way, or do you want me to
do it however you want, Mark.
Let's finish the wild card.
It's all up there for you. They can see both sides.
We'll finish the wild card. The number 3 Green Bay Packers are going to host, of course, the Philadelphia Eagles at number 6. And then Seattle Seahawks at number 4 hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, once again, it's about home teams in this one. The Philadelphia Eagles are a good team. They got a lot of weapons, but they just aren't going to match up to Aaron Rodgers and what he can do with the Packers. Man's going to go on a tear. And the Buccaneers, I wanted to get them that explosive win, much like the Atlanta Falcons were able to just zoom right past the Seattle Seahawks in the playoffs last year. But Seattle was able to come back easily and almost beat. I mean, they were a drive away from beating the Falcons last year. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I don't think, are so lucky. They're not going to have as amazing of an offense as the Falcons had. So I don't think they would be able to really compete in that way. So I gave it to the Seahawks. Let's move over to the divisional. So if you're, following at home, you know what's going on here. The Oakland Raiders, number 2, they're going to host the Pittsburgh Steelers, number 3, and the number 1 New England Patriots get to play the Titans. I hate doing it this way, but home teams again. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I like them. I like them a lot.
But you like the Raiders more?
I'm picking that youth of the Oakland Raiders to go against the old Big Ben. And quite probably his last game ever as a Pittsburgh Steeler or in the NFL. Then, it's the Patriots. The Patriots are going to win all day. So moving forward, the NFC, at least I got a little bit of a difference. With the Cowboys are going to host the Packers and the Falcons hosting the Seattle Seahawks. So Packers, they're going to win this one. They're going to win it like they won it last year. I'm not worried about that. Aaron Rodgers can get it done. He can do it. Now this is a rematch. The Seattle Seahawks, they want to get it going. They want to say, this time you can't get us. This time we will get that one extra drive. We will do it, and we will come out on top. And the Falcons are saying, fuck you guys. We got retribution. The Patriots are still there. We're going to go to that Super Bowl, and we're going to beat them this time. And they're going to win that home game for them to get to the conference championship. So conference championship, of course, we're going to go to Foxborough. The New England Patriots are going to be hosting the Oakland Raiders, number 1 versus number 2, and then number 1 versus number 3. The Falcons are going to host the Packers, and you're going to have to wait to find out who wins this one.
So now it's mine.
Yep,
We're going
all
into
you.
mine. I might be making a change on the fly really quickly.
All right.
And the
You had
reason
second
why is I got to look back to, that was that year. Okay. I'm not going to make a change.
You can walk us through it if you want.
I almost did. I'll get there. But just the same thing you did, kind of like my seeding to go through everything was number 1 in the AFC, 15-1, New England Patriots. Number 2 at 13-3, the Oakland Raiders. Then number 3 at 11-5, the Pittsburgh Steelers. 4, the AFC South champ at 11-5, the Tennessee Titans. And then we've got 10-6, number 5, the Kansas City Chiefs. And then at 9-7, Jay Cuddy does it, baby.
That's right.
Jay Cuddy does it.
On his way to a Super Bowl.
Getting the Dolphins back to the playoffs. Because like he said, he mentioned this week, the big thing he got tired in Chicago was all the losing.
Yeah.
That's what kind of wore out his welcome in Chicago. Not going to do much of that. Only 7 times he's going to lose this year with the Dolphins. Then in the NFC, top team, the Green Bay Packers, 14-2. Seattle Seahawks, number 2 at 13-3. Giants, 11-5. Falcons, 11-5. And then the Vikings at 10-6 and the Eagles at 9-7. How it works is I'll do the same thing. I'll start in the AFC, kind of do it by each round. First game, a rematch of last year. The Dolphins going up against the Steelers, and I wanted to pick the Dolphins so bad in this one, Mark.
You should have done it.
I wanted to, but I had to go with the Steelers. I had to. Just the better team. Jay Cutler, he had the magic to get them to the playoffs, but he doesn't have the magic to get them anywhere else into the playoffs. Then the other game, the Titans, the Chiefs. I almost went with the Titans. Like, out of any road team, like, this is the one road team that I'm like, yes, they could win. However, I like the Titans. I like Marcus Mariota. They go on and they win. So we'll the Steelers, Raiders, Titans, Patriots, kind of like what you have it. But going over to the NFC, the wild card, we have an NFC East matchup, the third meeting between the third-seeded Giants and the sixth-seeded Eagles. The Giants get the win at home. They get the win at home over the Eagles. And then I have an upset. The Vikings walk into Atlanta and upset the Atlanta Falcons. Some people are going to say, Ricky, that's a homer pick.
It is.
Let me have it.
It is.
Let me have it. We'll walk in. We'll beat the Falcons. I think we can do it. Then we got the division.
How are you going to go up against that offense?
Wait until the next game. Then we're going to get into my my little dilemma. The next round, though, the divisional round, the second-seeded Raiders, the third-seeded Steelers. Part of me was like, man, I hate picking the home teams, but Raiders beat the Steelers, Patriots beat the Titans. Like, it's 1-2 in the AFC. Then we go over to the NFC, Giants, Seahawks. Yes, I know it's in Seattle. This is a rematch from earlier in the year where my Seahawks defeated my Giant team in the Meadowlands. Revenge will be on the mind of the Giants. They will get the win in Seattle to move on to the NFC Championship game. And then here was my little dilemma. The Packers and the Vikings. Because part of me, if you guys know me and you've been a avid listener of the Onside Kick, I like history. I'm going with history a lot.
You like the storyline.
I love the storylines. And if the Packers win, the storyline is the rematch of last year. The rematch of the game where Odell Beckham bashed a locker where he got really mad after it. Or you go a little bit down the line and you go, the only other time the Vikings have been not the last time, but the time before, because I forgot about the Brett Favre year, the Bounty Gate year. Fuck you Saints. I had to say it. It's still on my mind. But the year before that, I think it was like 2005, I want to say, something like that. One of the last times with Dante Culpepper, Randy Moss, we played the Giants in the NFC title game. That was the one where they went ahead and won the Super Bowl that year. I kind of wanted to pick the Vikings. And the head-to-head in the playoffs for the Vikings, both time at Green Bay, the only 2 times we played them in the postseason, we won with Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss.
There you go.
We lost with Joe Webb in the playoffs of recently.
Yeah.
And I wanted to pick my Vikings. I did. I wanted to go with another homer pick. I can't change it, though, because this Packer team is too good. Packer team is too good for this Viking team. If it was in Minnesota, I would have picked it, but because it's in Green Bay, I'm going to go with the Packers. So my championship
You got to play at a
games,
real cold stadium.
the Raiders will go into Foxborough for a rematch of the Tuck Rule game. It's going to snow that weekend, too. I'm calling it. It's going to snow that weekend in Foxborough. And then we get a rematch of last year's playoff matchup, the Giants going into Green Bay. You go first with yours, though, because you went first with the other ones. What's your Super Bowl? Or actually, no. I'm going to turn it on to them.
That's
I
what I
totally
like.
forgot
That's
we're
what I
going to do
like.
this. You guys let us know down below. It's getting late here. It's getting late here for MVP. Like, things are just...
You're just building the suspense.
We shouldn't be recording this late because Ricky kind of forgets how things are going. But this is where you guys come in. Let us know down below. What do you guys think? Because we will come back. We got one more. We're going to give you our Super Bowl predictions. That's how we're going to end it. But we got to tease you a little bit. We got to keep you coming back for more. So let us know what you think of our playoffs off to this point.